Hey, how is everyone doing, huh? On this Sunday night. Sunday, what is it, July 17th, 2022. I'm sorry, I apologize. I have been MIA from my podcast. Um, lot of things have happened in the past many months, you know. Um, for the better, not for the worse. At least in my life, because I always moan and bitch about my life, complain, complainer as I am. So first thing, I got my citizenship. Did I say that I got my citizenship finally? Did I do a fucking video before this? I mean, a podcast before this? I didn't even check. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Then I apologize. But in any case, um, I presume you all are doing fine on this Sunday night. Um, I am just relaxing. I went upstate New York actually. Yesterday I drove up there. Um, Bear Mountains, Bear Mountains. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. Uh, I mean, those mountains are really hills as compared to, for example, like Colorado. I'm wearing the shirt, Rockies. Those mountains are like babies. These, I mean, they're called mountains, but they are hills. And compared to the mountains where I come from, oh, forget it, dude. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being like, you know, what do you call? What's that term in English that you use when you feel more proud of your shit than other people's shit? Is that what it is? Whatever. Um, so it was a great time, and one great thing that actually has happened in my life, I think, is besides my citizenship, and I really thank all of you from the deepest parts of my heart. I don't know where those deepest parts are. Ventricle. What's the other parts of the heart? Okay, sorry. Um, and and again, excuse my whatever during pandemic, and I hope you all forgive me for us going crazy, me going crazy during pandemic. And I'm having a beer, so fuck with it. Um, one great thing has happened in my life besides, well, I guess I should say, besides the fact that we are out of fucking pandemic finally, and also the great thing, one other great thing about a place like New York is it's big actually. It's big in a sense that um, I don't think the office space, and all the people who are actually commuting to New York, they're big, 100%. But somehow something has happened after pandemic. People actually are getting big. I don't know what the percentage of people actually are now commuting into New York City as opposed to working remotely. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Can you guys still see me, hear me? Something happened with my freaking computer. Maybe this computer is old. One of those old MacBook Airs. I think it's dying. Whatever the hell it is. But But again, my apologies. I got engaged. Congratulations to me and congratulations to her. I think my fiance, she's great. She is great. So far we've been talking over the phone and all that. I wish I were there for my own engagement, but I guess traditionally I'm not supposed to be there. So I'm here and she's in Pakistan. In the mountains of Hunza, Gilgit, that area. And but in any case, I don't want to get into too many details. But so she was with me, when I was hiking up, like uh, today, when I was hiking up. What is that place called? What is that like small hill called? Oh, Anthony's Nose, right? So she was with me all the time on the what do you call? On the WhatsApp, video chat, right? And the really like amazing part, I think, and yesterday also she was with me, except when she's sleeping, then, and when she's doing all the other stuff. And same thing for me, when I was sleeping or I'm busy. In any case, so this is the new technology thing, right? And this is like where we are now, 2022, and it feels like actually I felt like, yeah, technology is actually changing us. The way we actually feel, think. I mean, not feel, think, and I don't want to get into like what people talk about AI and all that. I'm not talking about even just phones. You know what they say is phones and computers and tablets are like extension of our mind? I believe in that now. Well, I should have believed in that. You should have believed in that a long time ago, sir. Why are you believing that now? I mean, I affirm that. I affirm that statement. I think somebody said that. I don't know who was that. Terence McKenna. Whoever was that, but I kind of because I experienced it in the sense that so I was walking around the lake and she was with me on the phone and then and then I was doing all these things and I didn't hike yesterday but then so we were on the phone for like an hour, etc., right? And then on the video chat, and then I was showing her where I was. I was showing her the lake, uh, Hessian Lake, is that what it's called? Um, up in Bear Mountains Park. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. So I felt like she was there with me. I mean, of course, I knew that she was not there with me, and she was there with me virtually. But then I realized after, and then she went to sleep, and then I went to. I drove actually. Oh, this was the best part. My ex-boss told me that, man, you should drive up there. Bear Mountain, top of the Bear Mountain. Top of the Bear Mountain. You should actually drive up there. I'm like, wait, I was going to hike there tomorrow. Can I drive up there? Yeah. And then so I loved driving those winding roads up to the top. I remember my podcast when I actually from 2018 when I actually went up like Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak was what 13,000 feet? Yeah, 13,000. Just imagine driving up to 13,000 feet from like a place like Denver. I mean, Denver is like miles high. It's called the Jesus fucking Christ, I can't even say this. Miles high city, right? So you're going from 5,000. I think bold. I mean, I was actually staying in Colorado Springs at that time, right? So Colorado Springs probably is actually at a lower altitude than Denver. Although don't quote me on this one because I have no freaking idea. But let's say it's at the same you know altitude elevation, right? So just imagine driving from freaking 5,200 feet to 13,000 feet, right? Means if you were to build a road up there, how the fuck would you build a road? You know? But in any case, so there's a train goes up there, and they have built the road up there, right? So that was like, oh my god, one of the winding. I'm pretty sure all around the world there are fucking winding roads, scarier than the one that goes up to Pikes Peak. However, the point I'm trying to make is that this drive that I did actually up to the top of Bear Mountain, that was only what, like, I didn't even look up the altitudes, by the way. Yeah, there's probably like a couple thousand feet, So it was easy. It was just like an easy drive, up to the, what do you call it? Perkins, yeah. George Perkins Tower up there. And I think he was part of the Parks Department back in the 1900s. Is that what it is? No, 1910s actually. 1910s. And that's when actually, he basically, I think he worked on the whole thing, setting up the park and all that. I think Bear Mountains. So these Bear Mountains, and then there's these Herman State Park. So it was fucking great, man. I mean, I went there by myself. I mean, that's what I've done for most of my fucking life, anyway. So, and it was great. But she was there with me, virtually, and I felt like I felt like she was there with me, like literally, I thought she was there with me. But in any case, so I did go to Pakistan this year. I went to mountains after 20 fucking 1 years. After 20 fucking 1 years, dude. Just imagine, right? Just fucking imagine what would you feel, you know, going back to the place where you were born. Well, I was born in one town, right, which is Hunza, and then then I grew up in the town next to it, which is called Gilgit, right? These are like really, really far north in Pakistan, right? And they are like really, you know, basically this like southwestern United States kind of environment and climate, right? But really, really at a high altitude, you know. And so, I mean, of course, I got emotional. It's just like, and when I went back, well, I mean, it was just like, oh my god, dude. And the great thing was that I spent some time there. Although I went there for like a quick, like a quick tour because I just wanted to go there and just like see my own like place of birth and literally like my own place of birth, where I was born in the house, in the old house, is still there, where my brother was born, my two of my sisters were born, many of my cousins were born, etc., etc. And it was great to like see all of them, and and I mean my parents have been here for many times, but uh, to see my cousins and my aunts and my uncles, it was kind of emotional. Obviously, it's like they probably thought, oh my god, maybe this guy's dead or something. I'm just kidding. I don't think they actually ever thought about that. But you know what the fuck this fucking computer is with this Mac computer that I have is I can't turn off the what do you call it? The old one I could turn off the energy saver where it won't go to sleep. Now I have to wake it up every time it goes to fucking sleep. So, um, yeah, I mean, great things are happening in my life, and I should be humble, and I'm really thankful to the universe and to whatever the alien god and whatever it is, and and I mean, I'm pretty sure you all feel that way. We have gone through a lot, through fucking pandemic. First it was fucking 9/11. Right after I came here, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then 20 years after, and this shit happens, right? 19 years after, dude. Like, can you just fucking at least give me some chance to live on this planet? Whoever, the whatever. Jesus. I'm not talking about like, some like dark forces or like the dark side that, that's actually about to like, or was about to maybe do something on this fucking planet. No, let's not go there, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is that, it has been tough for me, as you all know, all these years, and I really appreciate all and each and every one of you, who has been there for me, and I hope equally I have been there for you. Um, if I have not been there for you, uh, either two reasons: you never asked me, right? You never asked me, or you didn't want to ask me, or I didn't know. So there you go, sir, man. I mean, don't blame me for fucking everything on this goddamn planet, you know. Um, yeah. Now it's a different, it's a different like it's a different. I mean, I'm navigating my ship into a different direction now. It's like I'm flowing through the universe. Yes, I'm flowing through the fucking universe, but my life is now headed in a different direction. Although this is my first like serious like kind of like relationship, and it's getting it's game. What the fuck am I saying? Game is going great so far. You know, but uh, the thing is that after I went back to mountains, you know, um, one thing really opened my eyes to was obviously there's real estate. I mean, our mountains, especially our area where I come from, is very tourism oriented. It used to be like all like foreign tourists because of mountains, and also not only because of mountains, I think also because of culture and then our history and our fame, kind of like the fame. We have some fame in the world, do we? Um, for us, I think being like uh, people who live actually like really long lives, yeah, that was true because just like for example, back in the days, yeah, that was true. I think because like for example, people who were living there, they were actually the hike that I did today that I'm telling you about, which is like a couple of thousand feet. It was 1 hour hike. It was fucking great. These people had been actually doing that every fucking day, at least. Not exactly like this, but almost like this. Every fucking day to feed their kids, to feed their cattle, you know, to water the crops and trees and the plants and everything. So it's such a harsh, extremely harsh, land at a high altitude. And one of my cousins, I think he said that, and I said that many times. I mean, I quote him. This is his quote. I think he said that, God, you have given us this like kind of like punishment. I don't think that's the word he used. I think he said something to the effect of like, okay, God, okay, so you have sent us here, but you know what? We have survived here. So we have actually challenged you, God. So this is, if you are going to give us this much punishment, you know, for something we have actually not, for something we have actually not done, then it is what it is, God, the alien God. But yeah, I mean, the reason I'm saying that is because the land there is harsh and it's like cutting through the mountains, cutting through like these like 70-degree edges, rock, and making a channel for water, bringing it from the goddamn, glacier. It's not an easy thing. It's not a fucking easy thing when it's like 3,000 feet above and you can fucking drop down into the fucking river, you know. But in any case, so I'm sorry, I'm just trying not to be emotional, but I think I'll discuss this in another podcast. But I I think electricity is and has been a challenge still for that area. And I'll try to basically do whatever I can now that I can fucking travel wherever the fuck I want. And I'm thankful. I mean, this is my home. America is my fucking home, dude. No, I've been here for 21 fucking years. And the values of our freedom, American freedom, no matter how you feel that America is like this grandiose idea experiment by humans, on this planet. But compared to what? When I say compared to what, I'm just saying if you tell me that this is like maybe this is a failed experiment, is compared to which other experiment? Tell me. If you could give me another land or country where we have so much freedom, you know. I mean, this is in our fucking constitution, dude. I mean, live or die free. No, I'm sorry. I fucked that one up. I'm sorry. I fucked that one up. Excuse my language. Live free or die. Believe it or not, you think that's a small statement. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I'll tell you right now. Yes. Freedom. Freedom is the biggest thing in the whole goddamn world, dude. I mean, I went back. Yeah, I mean, I went back to Pakistan after 10 years. But this time, I had it, like, I mean, yeah, I mean, Pakistan is a corrupt country, that's for sure. But at the same time, the freedom part is also, I don't know, I mean, I don't want to fucking get into that discussion, really, to be honest with you. But the point I'm trying to make is that people come here to make a living, because they're sick and tired of where the fuck they come from for whatever the fuck reason, right? Whether it's economic or corruption in their countries or whatever it is. So it's all basically freedom. You work hard here. You work hard here in whatever you want to pursue, man or woman. I'm not going to get into this discussion of genders and all that, but whatever gender you are, okay? Whatever binary, where the fuck it is, you can make a life here for yourself, for your loved ones, and etc., etc. And that's what it is. I'm not saying that you become like a freaking robot. And because I felt that, I felt that, and I still feel that way. I still feel that way. That I work and I go to work and then I come home to like an empty apartment and hopefully that's not the case now because now I'm going to get married and and all that and the point I'm trying to make is that yeah, okay, fine, yeah, maybe we can feel like robots and coming home to an empty apartment and then working or whatever the hell it is, but still, you can have you know few few close friends, few close friends, and what do you call and also have a relationship. Why not? Why the fuck not? Whatever you have to do. you know and then financial freedom is extremely important. I mean, if you are not financially free, then you cannot do anything. I'm not saying that I'm financially free because I lost a lot of fucking money in pandemic. Yeah, you can say that. Oh, yeah, I made that as an excuse to not show up to work and all that. But I thought the fucking world was coming to an end, dude. And I'm hearing now that there are actually other engineering consultants who actually went under during pandemic. Can you fucking believe that? I survived, man. Okay, so I survived. You know why I also survived? People who shit on fucking America. Who people shit on America? People who shit on America. I'm sorry. You know, if this country hasn't, if this government if this government had not given me a loan or whatever, like PPP, what the fuck it is, I would have been like really, really under. Really, really under. Trust me. I can afford this apartment in Jersey City. I have a car. I have an office here, and I have two engineers working for me, because government helped me, and that's where I don't go into the fucking politics because the government. When I say government means well, I mean we had what do you call it, an unusual event on this fucking planet, a pandemic which actually devastated everyone. So we had to have that fucking something. The government had to do something, right, for all these businesses like mine, small businesses who actually have really suffered. Suffer, sir. Suffer. Suffered. What is it? Suffer. Suffer. You know. And so, for me to talk about, okay, I don't give a fuck about politicians. I don't give a fuck about politicians, to be honest with you, because they don't fucking run the country. They don't. They think they run the fucking country. No, no, they don't. No. They are the mouthpieces. They are the fucking mouthpieces. I don't know why we have them, anyways. But without shitting on them either, the point I'm trying to make is that we have actually come out of a global fucking pandemic, man. You know? And yeah, we have an inflation now. We have like, what is that, fucking 9% inflation. And we're going to have a recession? I hope not. I hope not. I'm sorry I'm jumping from one topic to the other, but the point I'm trying to make is that if you give me right now, you give me, yes, we have a lot of things happening in this country, right, in America right now. There's a lot of divisions, and a lot of divisions, not only political, but also like in social media, and it's like a fucking toxic environment, dude. Oh my fucking god. That's why I'm not on any fucking social media. Yeah, sometimes I get on Twitter because, and I shouldn't actually. I don't read people's tweet. I just tweet to the fucking universe. That's what I do. I don't tweet to. Sometimes I do tweet to people or whoever, entities, If I have something to say, if something is wrong, if something is wrong, then I have to say something, right? But the problem with Twitter is that Twitter is not the real world. Twitter is not the real world. So people who think that actually whatever they're saying and they're getting a gazillion views, a gazillion whatever the fuck it is, right? That's actually not changing anything in the real world, actually. Can you believe that or not? It doesn't. Except for people who are actually getting all these likes and not likes, right? And people who actually work for Twitter and people who actually own Twitter. Those are the ones who are actually benefiting. You and me? No. No. It's a fucking waste of time. If you think Twitter is the town square, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, really? You're gonna actually, okay, so if you're telling me that, yeah, Twitter is the town square, if you're telling me that you're gonna actually solve, let's say, okay, let's talk about like what problem are we solving through Twitter? What is one of the pressing problems on this fucking planet right now? We have a fucking war going on. Climate change is an issue. We have fucking inflation in this country, right? It could be a global recession, right? And on top of that, we have higher gas prices, supply chain fucking problems, and you name it. I'm not going to go into fucking woke bullshit because this like the fucking like, oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ. In any case, so the point I'm trying to make is that okay, let's pick one topic, right? Let's pick fucking one topic. Ukraine war, right? A lot of people are saying a lot of shit about Ukraine war, right? Can we resolve anything about Ukraine war on this fucking Twitter town square? Can we end this fucking war on Twitter? You guys all are out of your fucking mind to think that Twitter is some sort of town square. No, it's not. No, it's not. In any case, so without ranting, we have right now inflation. Yeah, inflation is a big thing. Inflation is a big thing. Right now, inflation is a fucking big thing. Because something like 2008 happens, what the fuck am I going to do? And that was my like. I went on. I was telling my fiancée, and then. But in any case, so what the fuck am I going to do? Right? Oh, we have a recession. What? Okay. Is Twitter going to fucking solve this problem? No. So, in any case, so that's why I just don't want to go on social media. It's better to actually. It's not. No. That's not the word I want to. It's not. No, it's not better. The better is the real. The real is the real town square. That's where things are discussed and they're actually resolved and with policies and etc. etc. Fucking Twitter is not a town square. So I'll just end my rant on Twitter on that. Okay. Anyway, so how is everyone doing? Yeah. I'm sorry, I've just been on my head. But my business has been good. Work has been picking up, which is good, right? And I assume that you all are having the same experience in the post fucking pandemic era. There are going to be a lot of bumps. Going to be a lot of bumps because we are trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out all of us. In our mind and also in our lives. We're trying to figure out how to navigate through this fucking world after a global fucking disaster, right? So, what I said to all of you through my own fucking experience of what I've gone through during pandemic and all that, to take it fucking easy. Take it fucking easy. Three things are important. Yes, take it fucking easy. Second is always be in touch with your loved ones and friends. Do not fucking isolate yourself. I was a fucking, lunatic. Well, I was not a lunatic really, but I have family here and, I have family friends and all that, right? But I was just like, I had become introverted even before like fucking pandemic because of my, I think because of my visa situation and where the fuck it is. And I've said this many times, because I didn't even fucking know that whether I was going to get my citizenship or whether I was going to be fucking deported. But in any case, so that story is fucking over, right? Now, the story is that we all are. I'm sorry, excuse my whatever accent, where the fuck it is, right? We all are coming out of this like gut wrenching, year and a half. If you think this was a fucking joke, if you think that pandemic was a fucking joke, then you should think about one thing. You should think about one thing, which is, could you go during pandemic? Could you actually go into a restaurant and sit at the bar? I'm not saying that you have to be a fucking alcoholic or whatever the fuck it is. Sit at the bar and order some food and a drink. No, no, no. Forget the sitting at the fucking bar. I'm giving you a fucking example, sir, ma'am, every other genders. This was something that has actually affected us and it's going to affect us for the rest of our fucking lives. Okay? So, without being too negative, what else do I want to talk about? I presume you all are good in your health and happiness and, your work and with your relationships and, family and everything. That's more important than being on fucking Twitter, dude. You know? And I wish you all my love and everything, everything. It's like, why not? It's like, every one of you have supported me, so why the fuck not? And I don't want to go on and on, like on this podcast, because I'm just trying to resume. It's like I'm basically trying to turn on my fucking diesel engine, not diesel engine, my fucking ship, but some sort of a ship I have. I don't know what kind of engine I have in there. Some sort of a fucking nuclear fusion or fission, nuclear, in a fucking, starship I have, right? Speaking of which, we have James Webb Telescope finally sending us images from the fucking galaxy, which is great because we have an eye now. We have a real eye out there, actually. Our eye is James Webb Telescope, and that eye is basically looking at all the fucking stars and even planets, our own planets, obviously, and and trying to figure out what was happening right after the creation of like fucking this universe. I think that's what it is, because the light that James Webb Telescope sees right now, right, is actually coming from billions and billions of years ago. Which means that light actually just hit James Webb Telescope's lens today, doesn't mean that that light or that star out there, it's still there. You get my point? So, because distance is also time, remember. In any case, I'm sorry. What else is going on, huh? What else is going on? Um, I'm just going to I'm just going to take it easy. I'm just going to take it easy. I watched that fucking show, dude. Oh my fucking god. I've been watching a lot of fucking shows. And oh yeah, I watched that fucking old show, Ray Donovan. You know, Bake to fucking Bake. You know, it's a great show, by the way. Great show. And then I obviously I finished Ozark. You know, fucking Ozark, dude. No spoiler, fucking alerts. Season 4, that was great. And then my most favorite of all fucking time, Westworld. Westworld, you know. See, this is what I say about Westworld. Right? Westworld obviously is a fucking great show based on the 1970s original movie, right? But um, the show, what season are we on now? I think it's season 5 or season 4. Don't get me wrong. Hold on a second. The actors are great, by the way. Um, Evan Rachel Wood, Aaron Paul. Oh, fucking, what's his name is big. Westworld. Um, oh yeah, Ed Harris is big. Ed fucking Harris is big, by the way. So, and then the regulars, you know, Tessa Thompson, Angela Serafian, Jeffrey Wright, Tanduvi, is that what you said? Tanduvi, Newton. Sorry, I don't want to sound like a fucking Caucasian guy, and then you're gonna think like I'm a fucking racist. I'm not. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm Caucasian because that's my fucking genes, but I'm not racist because whatever. I'm not. Um, so yeah, Westworld. That's a fucking great show, and I think episode three. What season is that? Jesus Christ. Westworld season 4, right? Season 4. So I'm at like episode 3. I think I don't know when is episode 4 is going to come out because I'm looking forward to that actually. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. You know, I've been working my fucking ass off. One more thing, yeah, I work for another company because I thought that I was not getting any work anymore, and so I said, "Fuck this." You know, if people are not going to pay me, then fuck it. You know, I'm just going to work for for another company. That was a fucking mistake, by the way. That was a big fucking mistake. Big fucking mistake. Sorry. I worked for them for 2 months, and it was fucking miserable. You know, miserable. Working behind a computer, and I thought they were actually working from an office, so I was looking forward to actually going to their office and then working from there, so I can talk to them, face to face. And it was all like fucking, what is that, Microsoft Team? And there were no field visits, there were no visits to construction site. It was like a fucking, being like a computer nerd. Not a computer nerd, but like an engineer, it's like a software engineer who sits behind his computer talking to people and then doing his drawings. And it was not what I was expecting, dude. I understand, no, 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 no. That's not. No, that was a fucking mistake, dude. That was a mistake. how you learn from your mistakes. This is how you learn from your mistakes. Now, I'm not saying that my company is not having issues. The biggest issue has been for me always is going after the fucking money. In New York City, people they pay you, your retainer, but they don't pay you the fucking all the other invoices. They're like, they act fucking dumb. This is the hassle you have to deal with. Clients in New York, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. Please send me. Can you send me? Can you resend me your invoice, please, so I can pay you. So then you have to then resend it them, or you have to tell your secretary. I don't have a secretary, but then I have to basically resend it to whoever, right? Yes, I just resend it. Can you please send a payment? And the other fucking problem, I haven't been receiving any fucking mails. And some of my checks have been actually returned. Um, in my office, in my fucking office, dude. What the fuck is USPS going under? Is that what it is? They don't want to work. They're not delivering mail. What the fuck is going on? Are they delivering mail and all those people are on some fucking whatever the fuck it is on drug and they're basically just. I have no fucking idea, dude. So without ranting too much, yeah, that's a hassle. That's a fucking hassle. We all small business owners in New York City. I don't know about New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I'm in New Jersey. My company is registered in New Jersey too. I don't have any clients except for a couple of clients, maybe one client in New Jersey, right? And they haven't paid me either. They haven't fucking paid me either. We did our inspections and all that. I'm sorry. I don't want to fucking get into details about my work, but you get my point, right? It's a hassle. It's a hassle to own a business, But it also gives you the freedom, It also gives you the freedom. You are your own boss. So that has been my life so far. How about you? How about you guys, huh? What you guys have been doing? What you guys have been up to? That's what I mean. That's what I meant to say. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like out of my fucking mind. But in any case, it was really, nice to actually go out of fucking town, go up to Bear Mountains. I drove up there, dude. Fucking nice drive, no traffic, And I stayed up there in their lodge, built in 1915. Amazing, like fucking amazing, this woodwork and also stonework and stone arches, Oh my God, dude. Fucking beautiful. Although the fucking room was too small, Room was nice. It was quiet, Um, but it was nice. It was nice, It wasn't. I had a good time, Although I was by myself, and but my fiancée was with me all the time on the phone, when she was not sleeping, and same thing. So, what else? What else? I think I'm just going to close my podcast with that said. Um, I'm assuming you all are well in your lives in this post-pandemic era. Let's keep our fucking fingers crossed that history does not repeat itself in 100 years. Because we have a fucking war going on, inflation, in a post-pandemic era, And if the history is actually repeating itself, why? Why? If history is repeating itself in every 100 years, why? 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 I mean, this is not like some, like spooky stuff. This is real. This is exactly what happened last century, actually. Maybe not exactly in the same years, but it has happened. It has fucking happened, dude. So the question is, if it is going to repeat itself, okay, I guess maybe I'm just being a little superstitious, I think, because if history is repeating itself every fucking 100 years, did this happen in the 1800s as well? Like, who, like, if you were if you were to become a statistician and look at this from a statistical point of view, wouldn't you want to actually look into what happened in the 1800s, 1820, 1818? I don't know. So, but in any case, again, I presume you all are having a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week.